Hello everyone, today we're diving deep into something truly mystical. Forget chasing laser pointers, we're talking about Flow, the animated movie that's got everyone purring with curiosity. Now, I know what you're thinking. A movie with no talking. Is it just water and animals? Well, yes, but also so much more. Flow isn't just a movie, it's a journey, a flood, a boat, and a whole lot of deep philosophical stuff. Let's start with the basics. We've got a lone cat, just like me, a bit of a loner, right? Independent, resourceful, but then, splash. The flood comes and suddenly this cat has to learn to work with other animals. A capybara, a lemur, a dog, and a secretary bird, a very tall, very mysterious secretary bird. It's like Noah's Ark, but without the humans, just us animals trying to survive. And trust me, survival is the name of the game when the world is nothing but water. This flood, it's not just water, you know. It's like a reset button, a clean slate. Like when you knock everything off the table and you have to start over, but bigger. Ancient myths, they talk about floods like this, a cleansing, a rebirth. And this movie feels like that. Now let's talk about that bird, the secretary bird. Tall, elegant, and kind of scary. It's like a guardian or maybe something else. The aggressive secretary birds act like higher beings preying on the weaker animals. But one bird stands apart, choosing to help rather than hunt. When this bird is injured, it can no longer fly, grounding it among the other animals. This closely mirrors the biblical story of the Nephilim, the fallen angels who came to earth and lived among humans. In some interpretations, these beings were seen as corrupt, while others saw them as divine messengers trapped on earth. Another thing I noticed is that the cat couldn't eat fish provided by other animals. The cat was only able to eat fish when it learned to adapt and swim with its fear. When it finally conquers its fear, it starts to share and open up to other animals. Just like you open your window to see the sunlight after days of hiding your weakness from everyone. I think that detail is beautiful. When the bird flies into the sky and transforms into light, the bird was freed from its worries that the cat would live alone and die, because the cat already learned affection. Remember how the cat joined the capybara and the dog to save the other dogs, even if those dogs are bad news? Naturally, the cat wouldn't do that. They are distrustful and afraid of change, but the cat learned how open-mindedness and empathy can save someone's life. At the film's climax, the secretary bird ascends to the heavens, while the cat and the others remain on Earth. This suggests that the flood wasn't just about survival. It was a test, a purification process. All the animals on the boat are changed by their experiences, with the exception of the capybara, who remains pretty much the same big easy-going lug throughout. Even the Labrador, shrugging off the pack mentality of the other dogs, becomes smarter, more alert to the safety of its fellow travellers. None changes more perceptibly than the cat. Its brushes, with death likely outnumbering the standard 9 lives, and its cohabitation with the other species, fostering a communal spirit, unlike its more aloof, circumspect behaviour earlier in the story. When the water dries up and the animals gather together, a trembling from the deer signals another impending flood. Once again, the flood symbolises fear. The cat runs to the source of fear, which is the whale. The whale fears death and needs water to survive. The cat, now open-minded, understood that someone's blessing can be someone's nightmare. Just because you don't need something doesn't mean it's worthless. The cat looked at the water to see its reflection, looking at itself, reflecting on what it learned, what it became, what to do next. But unlike before, the cat now has someone to face the flood with. Fear or trouble will always be in our life, and we cannot avoid it by running away or climbing the highest mountain to remain untouched. We need to be adaptable to change. We need courage to seek help and kindness to understand fear. In that way, we coexist and follow the flow of life. Flow is more than just a survival story. It's about change, about connection, about finding your place in a world that's been turned upside down. It's about how even a lone cat can learn to trust and be part of something bigger. So what does it all mean? Well, it's up to you. But for me, it's a reminder that even when everything changes, we can find a way to adapt, to connect, and to move forward, and maybe, just maybe, learn to tolerate those other animals. That's all for today, my furry friends. And remember, even when the world floods, there's always a way to float.